Okay guys, so I'm gonna make this video and hopefully it's not gonna be too long, but I'm gonna say what I have to say and it's going to be the end of it. I just got a comment on my last video saying about my children that my children are unattractive, my daughter, because she gained weight. And if you haven't noticed, my daughter has not gained any weight. Yeah, she is fluffy, but she has not put on any weight in about 6 months. She hasn't put on anything. She has gotten taller, but she has not gained not 1 ounce in the past 6 months. And I find it really interesting that we as YouTubers, we come out here, we share our life with you all, and we don't have to do that. Like, I don't have to make vlogs with my kids in it. I can keep it just about my surgery and leave it just about that. But people like to see vlogs. And I think this is the problem, and it's a big problem why kids don't have self-esteem these days, is because adults try to tell kids how they should be and how kids should be, and oh, this, you took away your beauty by, because you don't look like the next little girl. And I don't teach my kids that. And I think it's very important that you teach your kids to love themselves. That's why it's so many kids 10 and 11 years old right now committing suicide, because kids do not love themselves anymore, because they're being told, you don't look like so-and-so, you don't look like so-and-so. And this is becoming a big problem in this country, is that people don't accept and love who they are. Everybody needs to be like so-and-so. Oh, you're not a size 5? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Like, you're not the right size. Kill yourself. And these kids are actually now going and killing themselves. Like, I think there comes a point where people should learn how, if you can't encourage, don't say anything. Like, y'all don't know what my daughter's going through. Her father is her best friend, and me and her father separated a year ago. And for the first 6 months, that was extremely hard on my daughter. That was extremely hard on Grace more than anyone else. More than anyone else. And she did put on, I think, like 3-4 pounds. 3-4 pounds. That's all she put on. And she didn't put on anything else in the last 6 months, because we've been able to work through our issues and be able to co-parent finally now. And I'll have a video up on co-parenting, but me and Kenya are able to co-parent now. That way Grace is not depressed, because for 6 months my daughter went through a depression about what was going on. No, I didn't talk about it on YouTube because I didn't see it was a need to put my daughter out there, because a lot of people, they just make video for clout. They make video for clout, and they want to expose all their issues in their household so they can get views and gain subscribers. And at the end of the day, everything I do on YouTube is because I really want to do it. It's not because I need the clout. I don't need the clout. I'm not even really, to be honest, a big people person. I stay to myself a lot. So I really want to say, like, for a while I am going to keep my kids off the net, because I teach my kids to love themselves. And for you to say, for this person to say something disrespectful, oh, your weight problem, you're pushing off on your child. Obviously, you don't watch my videos closely. I have had struggles with my weight, and I have made changes in my life. And in the past 2 months, lost over 40 pounds. Like, where you been, son? Like, where you been? My kids don't drink sugary drinks. My kids drink water only. I don't buy sugary drinks, period. My kids don't eat snacks. They don't get any of that. And it's so funny that everybody wants to judge someone else's kids. Like, judge your kids, put your kids where they need to be. Don't come around judging in somebody else's kids. My daughter is beautiful, and I'm going to say that, and I'll say that a million times. My daughter is absolutely beautiful. Is my Grace. You know how many plus size models are out there that aren't fat, but they are thick, and that they have no stomach and stuff like that? Maybe Grace is going to be a tall Amazon glamazon. Who knows? I don't know. The girl's almost tall. The girl comes up to my waist, and she's 4 years old. And she's up to my waist already. This girl might grow up to be almost 6 feet tall, play volleyball. You don't know what God has in store for her life, or how she's going to thin out and when it's going to happen. But I know she ain't eating to gain any weight, because in 6 months she ain't gained no weight. So I think it's really rude how people want to speak on other people's children. One thing I don't play about is my kids. Period. You can say whatever you want about me. I give two hells. I don't care. You can say whatever you want about me, but don't talk about my children. Period. You have something to say? Me and the nutritionist are working on Grace. Me and the nutritionist are working on Justin. Justin is over 5 feet tall. He's 10 years old, just turned 11, wears almost a size 9 men's shoe. Okay? Justin is going to be, they're estimating him to be at least 5'10" to 6 foot something in height by the time he is 18. Okay? Justin's going to be a big dude. He is meant for football. That is basically what they're telling me, even at the doctor's, like, this boy needs to be a football player. This boy needs to be on the defense because he is extremely strong. That's what I'm being told about my son, okay? Now, I think it's funny that everyone wants to judge other people's kids and say, oh, well, you're fat, so your kids, you're pushing your kids to be fat. Excuse me? I see multiple skinny people out here that they kids is fat too, and so what? Kids go through different growth spurts at different times. Some kids are fatter when they're smaller, and as they get bigger, they thin out. Preemies, big thing with preemies is they'll go through a stage where they're bigger than other kids, and then they'll thin out. It's normal, especially for someone that was born early. I mean, that's what a preemie is. So a NICU baby, that happens quite often. And then some NICU babies just stay small all the time. It just depends. So I think people really need to stop casting their judgment on other people's family and their situations because of what they think. Like, I find that extremely disrespectful, especially when someone's coming onto a platform. They don't even have to come on, and they're sharing their life with you, and they're sharing who they are with you. I don't have nothing else to say on that subject, but people can have any thoughts that they want about my daughter. But at the end of the day, my daughter knows she is beautiful. She is loved. She has two parents that absolutely love and adore her. And she is confident. My daughter is confident. And that's the sad thing, is that a lot of time with children that start off bigger, and even if they thin out or not, you know, these kids don't have confidence. And you know what? When kids don't have confidence, they're going to sit around, they're going to eat, they're going to get bigger, they're going to get bigger, they're going to get bigger. No, my daughter has confidence. My daughter's out there playing football. My daughter's out there up and down with the scooters, at the parks, playing soccer. My daughter is active. Why? Because I'm not going to because her weight problem become the existence of who she is. It's not. Her weight does not make her. Who she is who makes her. So if anyone has anything negative to say about my kids, please send me an email, tmr2886@gmail.com. You can send me an email personally, but please don't try to bash a child, because trying to talk bad about a child, like, one day my daughter might read your comment. One day, because she has access to YouTube, and she's starting to read. And you can make her feel some type of way about herself. And I'm not letting anyone make my kids feel any kind of way about themselves. Period. My kids are loved, and they need to know they are loved. And everybody should be teaching their kids to be strong within them. Because sometimes it ain't even other kids that's the bullies. It's adults that are the bullies. I know when I was younger, because I wasn't the perfect size, my family always skipped me up, like on modeling and stuff like that. I wasn't that big. But they always skipped me up for my cousin, because my cousin was a size 2. And I was always skipped over. And you know what that did? It reverted me into a corner, and I ate. And I ate. Because I felt, wow, my family doesn't think I'm good enough, because I'm not a certain size. And I'm not even trying to cry in this video. But it's true. My family would skip me up because I wasn't a size 2. So you need to be mindful of what you say and what you put into a seed of a mind of a child. It's extremely important what you put in the seed of a mind of a child, because they take that stuff and they run with it throughout their life. So please, before you speak on me and my family, know what you're talking about. My daughter has not gained any weight in 6 months. Yes, my daughter went through a depression when me and her father first separated, because she lost her best friend. And she felt that she was never going to see him again. And it took us about 4 or 5 months before we can even agree to co-parent and do it for the greater good of them. and then she got out of her depression. So before you speak on someone else's situation, please know what the hell you're speaking to and about. And if you don't follow me, and for anyone who doesn't follow me, yeah, I have had VSG. Yeah, it took me having weight loss surgery to gain my life back, but I did what was necessary for me to gain my life back and be a better mom and be a better example to my kids and to be a better role model, you know, so they can look up to me. And I even see Grace, like, she's like, Mom, what you're eating? And then Grace will eat what I'm eating. So please stop judging people on things that you do not know. I know it's great for everyone to have their own opinion, and I respect people's opinion. But at the end of the day, if you got something negative to say about a child, you can inbox me. If you want to say something negative about my children, but my children won't be on my channel. And it's more than likely these videos are just going to be strictly the updates about VSG and about VSG. Until I feel comfortable with my kids being on there. Because last thing I want my kids to ever see is comments of someone talking about them because they don't look like the girl that's next door, or they don't look directly like the boy that's in the same class. I don't teach my kids to come up like that. And I don't respect people who have opinions that they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know what separation and divorce does to children. Like, if you do know, then you know some kids get depressed. And if you do know, you know certain kids go through things. So it's kind of jacked up to know that kids have been hurting in this home and then judge them off of it and say that they're not pretty. Because, baby girl, everybody is pretty, period. And no one made you the judge, jury, and executioner. So I'm gonna get off here. But yeah, the kids won't be in the vlogs for a while, I guess, until they look a presentable weight. They won't be in the vlogs, or maybe I'll stop videos altogether until I look a presentable weight. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I can keep going on and on about it. But yeah, I'll be doing weekly VSG updates, maybe some VSG essential videos. But vlogs are gone for a little bit because I'm not going to take people disrespecting my children, period. Like, period. You don't know what my kids have been through since our separation. You don't know the transition and change my kids have went through from having a dad that's been there from every moment of their life, every waking moment. You don't know the nightmares. You don't know the pain my children have been feeling. You don't know shit. And you're running your fucking mouth. And I'm done. Video over.